This is the AMC 1 month overview reading for October 2022. It's currently September 14th, 2022, 8:44 p.m. Eastern Time. So the overall theme and behavior, what's interesting is that we have the completion of a rally. However, it's nullified. So something happens that makes it not really relevant, the completion. It's crossed with a rally that increases with momentum moving forward in time, and it looks like there's a big move in price early in the month. Another thing that's very interesting is that we have this for November sneak preview card. We have the Strife card. The Strife card was the theme card for September, right? In September, we had this move to meet a critical resistance level. And then from there, we broke down with increasingly or consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. You can see here's a spike here, here's a spike here, here's a spike here. So that's the Strife card, and we had to move to meet the critical resistance. But I think it's pretty strong indication that we could call this the Strife level, to be safe, the 1655. But really, I was on point. I had the 7th or the 8th for the high of the month. The high took place on the 8th. Right there at the 787 or 1687 mark. To be safe, let's call the Strife level the 1650 mark. Likely what we'll see is that move again. We'll see that price level again in November at some point based on what I'm seeing from the sneak preview in October. All right, so behavior, some pretty juicy information right there. Behavior off of the month's highest high. Month's highest high is going to be a brief high followed by a notable decline, like a easily missed opportunity. The move higher, there's a move higher out of oversold territory, or like a big move to the upside out of the low, the lowest low for the month, and that's from oversold territory or from to fill a previous gap down. All right, so on the 3rd, we have a decline to and through a support level. We do a reversal below the support level, rise back up, break through it, and then you reuse it as support. There's two local lows and two local highs and one local low. So if you're looking at a one-day chart of the 3rd, you'll see two prominent highs and one prominent low. There's also a swing trade opportunity there involving sideways fluctuations with the bullish trend preceding a decline. So somewhere it'll stand out on a one-day chart, the sideways fluctuations with the bullish trend, and it looks like it precedes a decline. On the 4th, there's a notable decline through multiple support levels, likely. That's on a 1 month chart. There's one local high and multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance around that high. And then on the 5th, we have our first low or prominent trough for the month. There's sideways fluctuations with a bearish trend preceding a rally here. And a swing trade opportunity in the midst of a decline that offers an opportunity to open up a long position. Interesting. So there's the low may be very early in the day here, actually, or on the end of the day on the 4th, or early in the day on the 5th, it looks like. And then there's like two crests here, or there's a crest here towards the end of the day, and then another big drop on the 6th, big drop on a 1 month chart, scale of a 1 month chart. On the 7th, we have another visit of a low. It looks like this will be a lower low for the month than the one on the 4th, 5th. There's two prominent highs that on a one-day chart would stand out for the 7th, and one prominent low. And it looks like we have volatility on the 7th with a sharp dip with the sharp dip in there that'll stand out on a one-day chart. But it looks like there's a low towards the end of the day there. And the cessation of a trend, so it kind of like slows down. There's a big move over the weekend or early in the morning on the 10th. It's a fake out. It's an intentional fake out or shakeout intended to mislead retail investors. So be careful of that. On the 11th, it looks like we probably have a high, a month's high, or I should say a crest, not a month's high, but a crest a prominent crest, and then it looks like a not so common leader is highlighted here. There may be a holding pattern of some kind, and then like a big pop and drop to meet that like high on the 11th. On the 12th, we have probably what'll be the lowest low for the month. And it looks like that's towards the beginning of the day on the 12th. There's a decline. This is a notable decline. Interesting. So there's a unicursal on here as well, but I didn't like correlate it to anything. So there's a chance that there's a pretty sharp decline off of a high here on the 11th into the 12th, with a low on early on the 12th. A big move higher on the 13th. So out of the month's low on the 12th, there's a big move higher on the 13th. 3 prominent highs on a one-day chart for the 13th. And then on the 14th, we have 3 failed attempts to break through key resistance, followed by a decline back down to revisit the month's low. And that we'll call that the peace level. There's a big move over the weekend. So we go from a low, on the 14th or roughly around there to a big move like over the weekend, or a gap up over the weekend. And then we have a month's crest on the somewhere around the 17th, 18th, or 19th. It will be a month's high. Matter of fact, the month's high is right here. It's likely the 20th. The 19th or the 20th is the month's high. There's a correlation there between that ruin and the sun card in my sense. So a high there, we go from like, there's a lot of volatility on the 18th. A lot of volatility. There's a critical resistance level there that's highlighted, and a lot of volatility. It looks like we have a prominent trough early on the 19th. And then we have another prominent trough on the 21st, but in the midst of that, there's some highs. So these aren't lows, these are troughs. They're not lows, but they're troughs. Small chance that the 21st is like a month's low, but really very unlikely. On the 21st, we have, let me back up. On the 17th, we have the halting of a bullish trend, right? So we have a big move over the weekend into the 17th, the halting of a bullish trend marked by a steep decline through a critical price level on a 1-month chart. On the 18th, the critical resistance level is highlighted, and we have months high correlations again on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. On the 19th, we have selling from overbought territory on RSI. Selling from an overbought crest, and it looks like there's a high towards the end of the day on the 19th or 20th. On the 20th, we have the start of a rally. So okay, so this is a little convoluted here, but like on the 19th, we have a trough, a prominent trough, and then we move, yeah, it's really hard to determine, but I think there's a high here on the 20th. It's the 19th or the 20th, I'm sorry guys, it's the 19th or the 20th. There's a big rally on the 20th, and increases with momentum moving forward in time. It's also the beginning of a rally. So we go from a high on the 17th, 18th, 19th to another high, and it looks like probably a higher high on the 31st. On the 21st, we have a decline to and through a support level to meet another support level. We have a decline from a support level to meet another support level, and then we rotate sideways along that support level. I'm advised to open up protection in the midst of a rally near the low at the end of the day. So there'll be a rally out of the low, the day's low of the 21st towards the end of the day. And in the midst of that rally, I'm advised to open up some protection. On the 21st, we have a prominent trough. It'll be an important trough of some kind here on the 21st, and also trade opportunities. One trade opportunity involving the completion of a bullish trend marked by a big fast sudden move higher, and then a breakdown through a diagonal trend line that we were rallying along. The other swing trade opportunity involves a notable decline on a one-day chart that'll stand out, and it offers an opportunity to open up a long position. On the 25th, multiple false tops or bottoms, probably false tops, or some sort of tricky behavior. Advised to be cautious there. There's two prominent highs on a one-day chart for the 25th, and then on the 26th, two prominent highs again. Both of these prominent highs on the 25th and 26th mark opportunities to open up short positions. And it looks like it's somewhere between the 2 days, like towards the end of the 25th or early on the 26th. On the 27th, we're rotating sideways along key support on a one-day chart or a one-month chart. We rise a little bit, meet the closest critical resistance, and then we drop back down to that critical support level again and rotate sideways. On the 28th, that rotation turns more into bullish price swings, and there's a little bit of a decline over the weekend or early on the 31st, but that turns into a fast sudden move to the upside, marking the end of a decline. That's either on the 31st or more likely that high will be somewhere in early November, but it's possible that it's on the 31st. Looks like we really have a big decline on the 31st, and I'm being foretold of a high towards the end of somewhere in early November. That's AMC for October 2022, my friends. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Guys, plenty of ways to support the channel. Really appreciate those of you that are following the rule of karma and sending that 5% back our way through Cash App or through our PayPal donations. Really appreciate you guys. Like, you're really allowing us to continue doing this. And then there's other ways as well. You can sign up for a Webull account using the referral link in our description. We both get 15 free shares of random stock. Really cool. Webull is way better than Robinhood, if you ask me. If you're a serious trader, anyways. And then there's other ways, but most importantly, you can support by sharing and subscribing and all that, my friends. Don't forget to comment if you like this. And that rule of karma, guys, pay 5% of the profits forward. Somebody not expecting it, keep the flow going. Pay 5% back to the channel, Approveb's Cash App, or through our PayPal donations as gratitude. Gratitude begets more gratitude. When you're grateful for things, you have more to be grateful for. It comes to you. It's like attracts like. And then make sure what you spend that money out of, all that money that you make sure you spend it out of love, and the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions. I'll see you on the next one.